Hello and welcome to the next in our series of Esperanto tutorial videos. This time we're going to talk about the article, numbers, and how to compare adjectives. There are several different types of articles in languages. The most common are definite and indefinite. English has both. Definite article is the. It tells you exactly which thing you're talking about. We're talking about the thing, determined by context. An indefinite article is a or an in English, and it says, I don't really know how to describe this thing. I'm just talking about a dog or a boy. You could also use the word some. This is just some dog or some house. Esperanto doesn't have an indefinite article. You simply use the noun. So knabo could be translated as boy or a boy. However, it does have a definite article, and that word is la. Now, la looks like an adjective. It ends in a, and it is a sort of adjective. It describes which thing you're talking about. We're talking about the thing. But it's a bit of an exception for an adjective. It's special. It does not have a plural form. You use it just the same on both singular and plural nouns. So, la hundo is the dog. La hundoi is the dogs. La knabo is the boy. La knaboi is the boys. La doesn't change form. It does, however, stand at the beginning of the noun phrase, and this is where it's not quite a normal adjective. Even if you put the noun before its adjectives, like when you say la hundo granda, you notice that la still has to be at the beginning of the phrase. It's an article. It's not quite like an adjective. It's sort of a special thing all its own. And that's why it doesn't get pluralized. It marks the beginning of the noun phrase. Numbers. Let's start with cardinal numbers, the numbers you use when counting or saying how many there are of a thing. The basic numbers from 1 to 10 are unu, du, tri, kvar, kvin, ses, sep, ok, now, and dek. Kvar and kvin have that dreaded KV cluster at the beginning that's hard for many English speakers. But of course they come from the QU of the Latin words, quatuor and quinque. To make numbers bigger than 10, you combine numbers, and they just compound together. So 20 is 2 tens, so it's dudek. 30 is 3 tens, so it's tridek, and so on. When you add a ones digit, it's separate from the tens. So 51 is kvindek unu, 52 is kvindek du, and so on, up to 99, which would be nowdek now. The hundreds are formed using cent. 100 is cent. 111 would be cent dek unu. 200 is ducent, 300 is tricent, and so on. As you can see, 678 would be sestcent sepdek oak. 0 is null. 1000 is meal. So 9,999 would be now meal, now cent, now dek, now. And 999,999, now cent, now dek, now meal, now cent, now dek, now. We should stop there, because a million, as you can see, is unu miliono, and miliono ends with an O and is treated just like a noun. You notice the numbers up to this point don't end in O's. They end in all sorts of different things. They're special words. But with million, we get into a number that is treated like a noun. So things get rather strange when you get into higher numbers. That's a subject for a whole different video entirely. For now, just stick the numbers below a million and you'll be fine. You use cardinal numbers with their nouns pretty much like you would in English. Dudek hundoi would be 20 dogs. Tridek unu tagoi would be 31 days. Kvar knaboi would be 4 boys. Now what about ordinal numbers? Ordinal numbers describe what place something is in a sequence, the first, the second, the third, and so on. Well, ordinal numbers are really just adjective forms of the numbers. This is the thing that is number 1 in a sequence. This is the thing that is number 2 in the sequence. They're describing which thing it is. So the ordinal numbers are very easy. They're formed by taking the cardinal numbers and adding a to turn them into adjectives. Unua, dua, tria, kvara, kvina, and so on. So the 20th dog would be dudeka hundo. The 31st day would be tridek unua tago. And the 4th boy would be kvara kanabo. Comparatives. How do you say that something is more of an adjective than another thing? A more good dog, a better dog. You form comparatives by using the word plej. Now you can see plej does not end in O and does not end in A. It's an adverb. It's not a noun or an adjective. It modifies adjectives. So a plej bona hundo is a better dog. A plej granda domo is a bigger house. And plej varma akvo is hotter water. If I want to compare two things, I can use the adverb ol, which translates to than. So if I say something is plej bona ol la hundo, it means that it's better than the dog, as hard as that might be to believe. If something is plej granda ol la domo, it's bigger than the house. And if I say it's plej varma ol la akvo, it's hotter than the water. What about superlatives? A superlative is when you talk about the peak of something, the very best dog, the very biggest house, and so forth. To form a superlative, you use the adverb plej before the adjective. So we refer to the hottest water as la plej varma akvo. The biggest house would be la plej granda domo. And the best words would be la plej bona vortoj. That's it for numbers and comparisons in the article. In our next video, we'll talk about adverbs more generally, how you form them from adjectives and nouns, and we'll talk about the basic pronouns. Thanks again for watching.